Testing 1, testing 2, testing 3. Oh boy. Let me see where we at with it. Let's see if we at with it, baby. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Is it official? 1, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1. All right, let me see this here. Copy link. And go back to the crib. Here. Paste. Let me know if you guys got that.
Yep.
And you just share that. I'm sharing it to a couple cats. Oh, actually, I'm forwarding it. And we about to get busy, baby. We about to get busy. So just to let y'all know, it's live now, if I'm not mistaken. We about to get busy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just to let y'all know, live with a slight delay.
Well, it's always gonna be like that. You know that. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's always gonna be like that. Who got that? You gotta turn that down, whoever that is, because we'll get the feedback in there. And we're still in the process of sending it out. We still in the process of sending it out. I want people to know without a doubt. My man Ryan Wilkie in the building, working hard. The hardest working man. Shh. My man Ryan Wilkie in the building. Is that me? Wait, that's gotta be
you. That's you.
I killed the noise.
You think so?
I'm gonna send it out. Bum, bum. How can I do it?
I sent it to my connects at ESPN, so we should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ESPN Deportes.
Yes.
Copy,
The Ocho.
Yeah. Anyway, what's the word, fellas?
What's happening?
How's it going this morning?
I'm glad we got a full house today so we can have everybody's opinion on deck.
It's been a minute since a full house been going down.
You are correct. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you guys for showing up. And we're going to talk our ish. I just want people to know we come here to talk ish, voice our opinions. I got my goon squad.
Let's go.
What's up, baby? What's going on? First of all, I want to know, as I take a sip of my coffee, what's going on with y'all personally? I'm going to start with Kel. What's going on with you personally, brother?
I'm just, man, I'll tell you, yesterday we're taking like a real quick walk.
Yeah.
Just enjoying the day, and I had to stop for a second and just really, it's getting nice out again.
Uh-oh.
It's life is getting better. It's, you know,
I feel you.
there's those like moments where you realize you're coming out of the winter, especially when you're in New England.
You think so? What are we
No,
in?
we're coming. We're coming. I saw a bee yesterday, which you might. I swear, bro. Which I know you go like, oh, a bee. Bro, nature's getting tricked into thinking that it's like springtime already. I mean, look at the weather next week. It's almost in the 60s.
But you think we're out of the woods?
No, then we'll snap back to reality.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, I was walking through the park yesterday. Like that's a pretty good sign.
So you're feeling what?
I'm feeling just life is good. Life's great.
You
Here,
love it.
here with my friends.
Ryan,
You're
it's
with
on
my
you.
best
What's up
friends.
with you, baby? Come on, man. Come with something.
I don't know. I got the same report every week. You know what I mean? Working 5-6 days a week. I switched it up a little bit. This weekend I did a bunch of shifts at the bodega. Got to see what the new thing was about over there. So
How was it?
It was cool, man.
Was it like I was telling you?
Yeah, it was like everybody else that worked there, they told me it was a slow weekend.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I didn't get to see like the full effect, but I got to see everybody like going through the secret entrance, and you know, it was cool.
Yeah.
So
That's all you
the,
got.
the vibe in there is right. The food's good.
He's too busy to be walking around the park.
Yeah, I don't know. I do a lot of walking at the airport job. That job has you walking.
What do you mean? I don't
From where
understand.
you park to where you have to go,
Oh, okay.
like you walking.
It's not that big though. What's TF Green? It's not that big, is it?
It's not really. It's like where the employee parking is versus where you have to get to.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta give myself 20 minutes. If I don't pull into the parking lot by 4:10 to be at work for 4:20,
You're in trouble.
yeah.
I feel you, man.
So I don't know. I'm trying to see some bees though too, man. I love doing my garden.
Take a
so
stroll.
Let's go.
And back to the Grand Wizard, the man with the master plan. P, what's going on with you, baby? I see Guns N' Roses is on deck.
Yeah. Same shit.
Yeah.
Actually, got to turn in my car by the end of the month to get a new lease or something.
What's good with that? You gonna be walking, thumbing it?
Maybe. We'll see. Once I go in the dealer.
Walking through the park.
What are they gonna say?
Once I go in there and start arguing with them.
Are you gonna try and hustle them, or are you prepared to get hustled?
I want to come out even. I don't want either way. You're never gonna get over on them. You just don't want to get
Did you
them.
just say over under?
What?
Over? You just said over. What
Taking
we,
the under.
what we getting into today, man? Come on, y'all gotta come with me, cause I got a lot of stuff, especially this Cam stuff, man.
Here we go.
We'll talk NBA, definitely. But come on, somebody hit me with something. Kev, come on, baby.
So what do you think about this Cam Newton situation?
That's a nice.
Okay, so how about this? How about I'll set it up real quick,
ahead,
and then
go
you
ahead.
tell me what you think about it.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
Cam Newton, who donates his time, we'll say that loosely because he is making off this. He donates his time at a youth camp.
Boom.
And I'll be loose about the word youth too. As we go along, I'll kind of say this. So, he coaches a 7-versus-7 league. He has a assistant coach who leaves his team to start his own team. They end up having a rivalry. Saturday they play each other. Cam Newton's team loses. The following day, the coach and his team, or they haven't really released who it is yet exactly, come back and jump Cam Newton. And do we call that a jumping? I don't even know.
From what I read,
I see
it
Christy.
wasn't even a jump. They said Cam Newton put his hands on the guy first, so I think the media report might be incorrect.
What do you mean?
Like they said the day after the game went down, Cam pulled up on Sunday and he got out of his car saying, "What are we betting today? What are we betting today?" And the guy was like, "I'm not betting you anything. You got to beat me first. I beat you 3 or 4 times in a row." Then they got in each other's faces, and Cam was the first one to put his hands on this guy's jacket. And
Did Cam come looking for the smoke?
that's what it
Is that
sounds like to
because-
me. He got out of his car.
knew
in the
what it
parking lot.
was.
Yeah.
So I do think that those were two separate incidents.
What do you mean?
The one that he's referring to was, I think, on the day prior when they were like.
No, this
having-
is the day after the report
Yeah.
that I just read.
But I think that the incident that the like altercation happened at was actually a day after that one, maybe.
I don't know. There
I
must
don't
be
know
two.
either. Who knows with this guy? But why is it that he is just? I'll start off by saying, why is Cam Newton always getting? Is he always getting disrespected by people, or is he always disrespecting people?
I think that he's getting disrespected because of the nature of who he is. That's just my opinion. To me, Cam Newton is a clown. I'm serious. I don't care. You could,
So you don't like his hats? Is that what you're saying?
Even when he's, Ryan, you said it off the camera. There's a reason why you're not in the league. You know he could be in the league right now. You know he could be in the league. Why isn't he in the league?
Or at least getting shots.
Why isn't he in the league?
I mean,
Because
he
of
couldn't
the-
be a backup on 32
he could
teams
be.
exactly.
It's the nature of who he is as an individual. Every time he was in the press conferences, and you want to look good, but I felt like he's just an attention dude.
You just said it. He focuses on the individual.
Yeah, you
Like
can't-
it's all about Cam. When
and
you're
you-
in the league, it's all about the team.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank
That's
you.
why
Thank
he's
you,
effectively
thank
played
you.
himself out of
That's
the league.
why he's not in the league. That's why he got beat. No, he didn't get beat up.
He doesn't have it in him
They
to be a
tried him.
backup
He
either.
did not
He
get
did.
beat up.
Let me be clear.
If he got beat
He
up, I would
handled
love
his
to
own.
get beat up. You know, it's
He
like
did handle his own.
Dude, the video looks like a Sega Genesis, like
It's crazy.
it's like the Double Dragon fighting the boss at the end of the level. You know what I mean? Like Cam Newton's just like getting him out of the way.
Yo,
is Cam Newton a Hall of Famer?
no.
No.
He's not.
Stop it.
No.
What
what?
does he have numbers?
I mean, he's a rookie of the year. He's an MVP.
Bro,
he made it to a Super
He
Bowl.
made it to,
He probably has the most amount of rushing touchdowns by any quarterback ever.
Cam
Like
Newton-
he's got some stuff to argue.
You don't really count college, but man, let's not forget Cam Newton at Auburn was that guy. He was
Nobody on that team got
I can't
drafted.
hate on you.
And I was
Besides
saying
Cam.
this too. Cam Newton, what happened? He was never the same after that Broncos game.
Because he didn't die for the football. Because
Yeah.
he's an individual. He's not a team guy.
He was
He
never
didn't
the
want to
same.
get
Are
hurt
you,
that
are
time.
you being facetious? Do you truly believe this?
I truly believe that. He could have went for that ball. He didn't want to get hurt.
That was a game-changing moment too.
Yeah.
Like if he gets that fumble or whatever it was, right? Because he got like it was like a strip sack almost.
He steps back. He steps back in the pocket. Von Miller
Boom.
comes around the outside,
Whacks
wraps
him.
around, hits his hand as soon as he goes back for a pass, and yeah, he backs away. I can picture it in my head perfectly.
Do you remember Carolina that year too?
They were good.
Yeah, but
Ooh-wee.
isn't this
I
also that
remember
same?
that year.
This is that same Broncos defense that destroyed.
Yeah.
That defense was
Who they beat up?
really,
I'm
really
mocking.
good.
I'm mocking with you. They had to go through the Patriots too, right?
They beat him in the
That
AFC
year.
Championship
They had
game
to.
that
They
year.
had to. So anyway,
That's the year where the Patriots blow it at the end of the year, having Gronk play safety, and they lose home field advantage, and they have to go to Denver, and they
Here we
lose
go,
that
here we go,
AFC
here we go.
Championship
Here you go,
game.
the Patriots stuff. It just comes out of
Yeah.
him. He's like, ah.
But let's go back to this Cam thing. Why is it that? Because okay, so I'm hearing like a lot of people have been saying like, oh, it's, and I heard a lot of comparisons. It's a black or a white thing. Like you don't see Eli and Peyton. Yeah, but you also don't see other black quarterbacks getting
Either.
disrespected like
It's
that. So let's
Cam.
not pretend it's a race thing.
It's Cam.
It's a Cam thing. Because,
It's a Cam thing, man.
well, after a certain while, like if you keep hearing about me getting picked on by children,
I'm gonna be like,
after a certain while, you have to go like, what is he doing that is getting these kids to be so disrespectful to him?
I think that kids are automatically disrespectful.
Oh, they're the worst.
Nowadays too.
Yeah.
Um,
We all agree on that.
these cats, these young cats, and back to what Pete said, they don't care. They don't care about your accolades. They don't care. Like if Martin Luther King walked in the room, he's getting it.
Yeah.
And it don't matter who you are, you're getting it with these young kids. They're gonna test your armor.
Did they just
are.
know Cam's a bitch though?
Yes,
they just know
that's the other
Cam's
part
a
of
bitch.
it.
There's that
Like-
rivalry too. You know what I
do you
mean?
mean?
Like they're getting the kids to like play into their silly little squabble.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But
And also too, like
Go
you
ahead.
you said off camera, they're not go. These camps traditionally are like for kids that maybe. I think a lot of these camps are traditionally for kids who maybe couldn't afford to go to somewhere else. So like they're donating their time to these things. Like these aren't in Malibu either. To your point, like these are kids that like
These are
you're
street kids.
you're walking into a place acting like you're better than a bunch of people who are in the struggle.
Yes, if you see them in a different environment, you think that's environment's protecting you? Imagine in their environment.
Yeah.
No
But there's
way.
also a lot of criticism being directed at the event organizers.
Okay.
Because apparently these two guys, they put them on the opposite sides of the bracket to begin with, just to avoid this, and then all of a sudden they
So they're
rewrote the
looking-
bracket to have them play in a game other than if they were to match up in the Super Bowl, essentially of that.
Yeah, the
of
whole thing seems like
I mean,
I don't
you
want to say it's scripted, but it just seems like they're looking for like sparks, but then when the sparks get too crazy, they're like, "Oh, we didn't know how that happened." You know what I'm saying?
Now
Dude,
what happens going on from now? Like, does he have to worry about them bringing weapons? Because now they know they can't. Four of them can't take on Cam Newton, so they're gonna bring something for him next time.
That's my point.
If he's smart, man, he'll just remove himself from the situation.
He removes that hat.
He's not going to. Bro.
Back up, man. Get what you said.
He'll remove that hat. Like, let's just go. I'm gonna go and say this. What the fuck is he? I apologize for Chris. What is he wearing?
That's what this one dude I was
What is
watching
he
his
wearing?
podcast or something. He said Cam Newton's hat is tattooed on his head.
Dude,
He goes after that whole scuffle. The hat didn't move once. I was like, yo,
You see-
he got a point.
Have you seen this other podcast? It's like some hip hop podcast, and this guy never takes a ski mask off.
Yeah,
Oh,
And then they
yeah,
give him
I've seen
$1,000 to take the ski mask off, and he has the backup underneath it.
He's the
That's
MF, he's
great.
the
Like, that's
MF Doomer podcast.
I can see those dudes. They like rip his hat off. They pull Cam's hat off, and he's like, he's got another one on underneath it. No.
He had a video. There's another video of him. He's in. Have you seen this one where he's in first class?
Who is it?
Or Cam? It's
Okay.
something about the plane. Like he's trying to buy this woman's seat in first class.
Yeah.
Because his, I guess, was some mix-up or something. So he's trying to buy this woman's ticket, and she basically was like, "No." And the outfit he's wearing in that video,
It's loud. It's probably loud.
dude.
It's loud. He's just a loud guy. But
Would you wear that hat if I paid you $1,000?
I wear it if you paid me $1,000.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo,
Cam
you know
doesn't need the money.
what this is like? It's almost like the goth kid in high school being like, everybody's picking on me. And it's like, well, yeah, stop wearing leather pants and painting your nails and maybe people will stop yelling at you all the time. You know what I mean? Can't you dress ridiculous? You're going to get what you're putting out there. You know what I mean? You're putting a target on
You
your
don't wear
back.
that hat to the trenches. That's all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
I'm
like,
asking you, is that okay? So should you conform to the environment
No.
that you're going into?
Yes.
The NFL
Yes.
is about conformity.
I'm
That's-
asking
if you wanna
this
make
wasn't
it in the
NFL though. This is his thing.
And once
I'm
again,
just,
this is
saying, like, this is where he's gotten to because of the nonconformist in him. Like,
Because he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Exactly. You gotta follow.
like somebody give him a guitar at this point. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, you want to be a rock star.
Yeah.
You don't want to be.
I'm okay with that.
Some
I'm
people
okay
are
with being
made for that.
different. I'm
Yeah.
okay with not going
So
along
okay,
with
is it?
But-
To your detriment.
that's the difference. So like,
some people are made for that. Look at Ricky Williams. Remember, Ricky Williams would not stop smoking weed.
Yeah.
It cost him his career, but it was
Did
more
it
important.
though? Did it cost him his career?
Yeah, they kept suspending him.
They kept suspending him about it, but really, I feel like Ricky Williams is another like nonconformist.
Yeah,
If it
that's what
wasn't
I mean.
weed, it was going to be something
Something
else
else.
that drove him out of the league. Like he just wasn't. His mind just wasn't built.
Some
for that,
people
you know?
aren't.
I don't know about.
But that was, to me, that feels like he was more of an individual. Cam just loves himself.
Yeah, I want to replace my give him a guitar moment because I feel like he'd be much more suited to play a harmonica.
He's not going to play.
puffing on those cigars all the time, looking silly like that. You know, he's got the vocal cords down. He's playing harmonica.
he's got this look on him when he talks about stuff. It's just a very arrogant. Like
I'm rocking.
he
with
rubs
him.
people wrong.
He rubs me the wrong way.
He does.
And when he came into the league at Auburn, I thought he was the guy. I liked his story up until that point. When he got into the NFL, I don't know what happened, or he just got that money or whatever. I didn't like him anymore.
Dude,
and I
it's
still
when
don't
he
like him to
started
this
growing his
day.
hair out, man. Remember when he was Rookie of the Year MVP Cam? He had like a fade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
the
It's
nice
like I
one.
like my
Wait,
Jay-Z
wait.
with a fade. I don't like
fade.
Jay-Z
You
with
don't
his funny
you don't like
haircut
Basquiat,
now.
Jay-Z?
I don't like that Jay-Z. I like that.
I thought Travis Kelce made the fade.
Oh wait,
I didn't think that existed before Travis Kelce.
Anyway, we're getting carried away with Cam. What else? NBA? Y'all want to jump on that, or P? You want to do the hockey?
I don't know. Do we want to do hockey?
Just do a little.
Let's see.
quick
Lay
glimpse.
us on the hockey.
Let
Let's
us
get it going.
Update us. Who's
Well-
what? Bruins are not doing too well though.
No, Bruins are struggling. But this is a lot of, you go
They're
from
still
what,
the top though, right?
yeah, but because they got off to like a 14-2 start.
Yeah.
But they're like 20-12 now over the last 30-something games. So here's the deal: they after last season, you lost two of your best players, Bergeron and Krejci.
Yeah.
You really had no money. They got like $60,000 under the cap right now to try to get a player. So they can't really get anybody unless they trade something away.
Okay.
They had
So
to
this-
give the guy away that they traded for last season
Yeah.
too, just to get under the cap. I forget his name, but
Yeah. So they're in a position where maybe this is what they were supposed to be. They got off to such a hot start. They're like, oh, this is a repeat of the year before.
It carried over from last year,
Right.
maybe. Okay.
And they should have gotten rid of one of their goalies last year. They should maybe Olmark.
maybe
Because
that's
you don't carry two great goalies.
that might be the
Why not?
solution. Can you
I
flip
don't
that?
know much about hockey. Why wouldn't you?
Because they had
You're saying
they had to give Olmark.
Reasons.
They had to give Olmark big
Okay.
money, and then Swayman had to go into arbitration, and they had to give him good money too. And they're both two of the better goalies in the league. So there's no reason to
So-
when you're that tight on salary cap.
Which one
can't.
you parting ways with though? You want them to make are they? I don't know. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
right now, Swayman.
That's the only solution right now is trade one of the goalies for an offensive piece.
But they were saying that for some reason, I was listening on the
These
radio.
guys are hockey. They're talking
Yeah,
like
I'm
they didn't know
I'm
hockey.
literally sitting here like daydreaming.
But for
See,
some reason, they're
it's
saying
cat.
on the radio that goalies just don't command big money at the trade, big deals at the trade deadlines.
Which I
so I'm
don't
not really
understand.
sure. They don't even know. Hockey guys don't even understand why.
Which I don't understand that at all, because I feel like the playoffs it's just
Right.
like every other sport. Defense is what comes out.
You would
So-
think you'd be able to get a good deal, but
How about this rookie on the Rangers? And that
don't
literally
know.
when he just spoke Latin to me right now. How about the rookie on the Rangers who's gotten in like 6 fights in a row, like 6 games in a row he's gotten in a fight. Have you seen this
He
guy?
has more penalty minutes
clue.
than ice time.
It's
There's
so
more penalty
crazy.
minutes than actual ice time. He's awesome.
I like happened to be scrolling and I just saw like this fight and I started looking at it. This guy, he's gotten in like every night. He's a rookie. Every night somebody fights him. I'm like, oh, this poor guy. But it's funny in hockey, like it's that you just have this position that like, and apparently he's pretty good too. So I'm not gonna dog him and say like, oh, he's just out there to fight. But it's funny in hockey, you just have this position where like. One guy just goes out there.
But he
and
might
just-
be an a-hole because they don't do it as much
He's
as
like
they
the Cam Newton of hockey.
Those guys aren't around as much
they're
as they
like,
used to be.
they're just like in the NFL. They're trying to like phase that out of the league.
Yeah, that's a
Fighting-
bummer.
The
fighting?
goons
Yeah,
and the
the-
fighting.
We like the fighting.
That's
we like the fighting.
tough. I don't know. They got a tall order if they're trying to do that.
It's down a ton.
The fighting you're saying.
Fighting
Yeah.
and the goons, those guys aren't in the league. If you don't have some sort of skill anymore, besides slamming people,
Dude,
they get you out of the league.
Watch what's gonna happen in like the next 5 to 10 years. Like,
Uh-oh, here we go.
are you familiar with all these like stick tricks and stuff? You see these guys doing the crazy stuff
Oh,
with the
yeah,
pucks
it's
now.
pretty wild.
Like, there's guys starting to pull these shots off in the big time.
you
Like,
think
it's
it's
not
gonna be
just like a
like
gimmick anymore.
the
It's
hockey
starting to be like
Globetrotters?
Steph like shooting the lights out from way beyond the arc. Now these guys have such crazy puck control going forward. Like, they can do that thing where they pick it up on the blade of the stick and just tuck it in the net from behind the goalie.
Is that legal?
Like,
Is
yeah.
that legal?
Can I ask
always-
you?
yeah.
I see you, Bert.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Okay, so you're a big sports guy. I'm a big sports guy. So
We're all big
ask,
sports guys.
So I'll ask you an honest question, and let's see what your answer is compared to mine. Why is it that you don't watch hockey? I mean, I'm sure you would enjoy it if you got into it. It's a sport. Like,
Boom.
what is your personal thing that you haven't, like, you're not getting into it?
Personally, it kind of runs concurrent with basketball. And then there's other sports that interest me more.
Plus
I don't know.
time, right? As you
What's
get
the
older,
hockey
you get
thing?
less
What is
time
it?
for
So
things.
I think my
Just for me. I don't know.
My reason is it's kind of like with all the other sports, I know the players and like it's not just the sport. It's like it's a WWE, but it's a show of it. Like I know who doesn't like who. I know the storylines. I know this guy's this guy. I don't know anybody in hockey. They never market anybody. So like. It might as well be Nutley High School versus Bevel High School. Like, yeah,
I agree with you.
It's good,
They
good
market them.
hockey, but like,
They just-
there's no story to it. It's
Would
just,
I
Their
watch
stories, they're just under your radar.
Yeah. Would
Yeah,
I watch
there's-
hockey if there was nothing else? Would I watch it?
It's
Would
under
you
the
watch
national radar. That's
Would
what
I
the
watch
problem is.
tennis if there was nothing else? Would I watch a soccer game if there was nothing else? I don't know.
am I gambling on it?
I don't know because I'll
Yeah.
watch a boxing or UFC. I don't know what it is about hockey.
It's tough
I
to
don't know.
gamble on hockey too.
I could
Oh,
pull
you
the,
know
I
what I
could,
mean?
I,
So-
pull, I could pull the race card in my defense, but what would be yours? Because you're
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like for
Bro,
me,
you're
very
there's no
Caucasian.
story behind
There's
it.
like a bunch of young black dudes in the league
Yeah,
right
but
now.
that's what I'm
like
saying.
putting work in. Like
But-
that's got to be exciting
But
if you're a new
I'm-
hockey
that's-
fan.
I'm not disputing that, but I didn't watch golf ever until I'm gonna
that's
be
what I'm saying.
honest.
For me,
until
like, I don't know
Tiger.
I think a
anybody,
lot of
so-
people. I didn't watch golf until Tiger. It has nothing to do. I think it was just
so
Tiger.
It's the interest. I don't know what it is. It's
Yeah,
just,
for
I
me,
don't know,
it's
I
I
can't
can't
explain it.
I
It's
can't
crazy.
connect it. There's nothing
Go ahead,
behind
go
just.
ahead.
I don't want to cut him off.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Like I just think it's crazy too, because like you watch basketball nowadays, and I feel like there's a lot of critics of basketball, like, oh, they don't start playing until the fourth quarter. It doesn't matter until the playoffs, stuff like that. Like you never hear people who watch hockey say, oh, they're they're playing, like they are getting after it, like the whole game, and like there are physical rivalries. They can throw hands if they want to. They can hit each other into the boards. Like
it has all the elements of a violent
but this-
sport.
but this is what I'm saying.
Everything you should like.
With the amount of back-to-backs in that too, like it has to be a more grueling sport than football. You play once a week in football, and you play multiple times a week in hockey, and you beat the hell out of each other just as much. So, to me, I don't understand why it's not up there with the
That's
with
what
the
I'm saying.
USNA
Does
of this
anybody
country.
know the
Like,
ratings? How are they
It's
doing?
low. That's what I'm saying. If it is a good sport, it is fun. Why does it not catch on? Why is it not marketable? And to me, I think it's the fact that Nobody knows players, so there's no interest in it's like a whole grand story.
But
and nobody knows it about
It's all
hockey.
there, but you just have to go look for it. You have to be into it. And
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
you
tough.
don't have the Cam Newton, that flashy shit.
Yeah.
We do. You don't have some of the, but they're grinding they grind every night. And playoff hockey is some of the best playoff stuff to watch.
It
No,
is
they
fun.
did- you know
You're still
what?
not answering the question though.
That's
Why
what I'm
aren't we
saying.
watching
They're all
it?
like, hockey's a great sport. Yeah, we all know that. Why isn't
aren't
it
we
getting
watching
popular?
Why aren't you watching the WNBA?
Because most of the country doesn't grow up playing it as a kid.
That's
Yeah,
also
you know
true.
what I
Hockey
mean?
is
So-
expensive.
That's also true.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
super expensive. If you have a kid in hockey, good luck.
Dude,
Yeah.
I started playing again 5 years ago with my
Good luck
brother. And
with
just
that.
me buying all the equipment, I was like, do I even want to do this?
Wow.
Exactly.
You know, like,
So
Then ice time, you're getting up 5 o'clock in the morning because
Yeah.
you got
it is like a
ice
niche.
time.
It's like a niche
Yeah.
thing, you know? Like, you can't just pick it up. when
Okay,
you
so
feel
it's
like
not
it, you know?
relatable either because people aren't growing up playing
Around
But-
ice rinks.
But it is amazing because, to their point, it's a great sport. It's fun. I like watching it. It's fun. I like soccer. It's a little
good
bit more
question,
like.
man. Good
You know what?
question.
Why isn't
Good
it get-
question.
Another point that I want to bring up that you all are going to hate on me for, it's very difficult for the refs in hockey to manipulate the game to make it interesting for Vegas. So like you
Hey,
don't
that's
you don't
true,
have
too.
all these guys watching the game down onto the line because their parlay depends on it. Like
not every.
they've
some
learned
people.
they've gotten bit and learned their lesson by betting on hockey. You know what I mean? Like it never plays out the way that the stats show, the way most recent activity goes. There's too many like weird bounces of the puck that play out in the game, I feel like. And
You think that's
There are huge numbers.
and
betting on it.
how do you make hockey a more offensive game? Look at football; it's become more offensive. Look at basketball; they're scoring more points than ever. Like you can take these prop bets on players scores this, player scores that. Like what are you going to take in hockey? You're going to score 1+. The over under on goals is 1. Like
Did he
it's
just
almost-
say over under again?
It's almost like betting. It's like betting on soccer. You don't bet on soccer either, right?
I
Like,
do.
I think
He bets on camel races in Egypt. He doesn't. Yeah.
Hey, no, but I like soccer. I like that like build up and the anticipation. That's why I like hockey too. I'm like, it just amazes me these sports like baseball too, man. They I don't know what they're doing. They that sport is just dying.
They
You
made
think it's
a
dying?
lot of
It's
changes.
dying.
I hate that they made it faster. I might be like the one
Yeah.
person.
They
who
keep
says,
trying to fix it, but I'm telling
There's
you, that's
nothing
not
wrong
the
with it in the
issue.
first place.
what's the issue?
The issue again, it's that nobody's like there's no story to it. It's just a sport. Like basketball and football and all stuff. It's a show. You know, baseball's just a sport.
Do you think that the NBA and NFL are exploiting
They market
a little bit?
Yes, they market their players. They make you interested in the players. Therefore, you're interested in the game.
So do you think baseball's not
Not at all.
and hockey participating in that? Is that I don't know.
Who's the best baseball player?
I don't know.
Exactly.
You're gonna
Who
say
No,
the
there's a-
Japanese dude. You're gonna say the dude from the
Ohtani,
Judge,
Trout.
Judge, Soto,
Okay, when's the
You
last-
still
Yankees.
name some of these cats.
When's the
let's be
last?
honest.
Okay,
It's
so then
Mike
when's the
Trout.
last time you saw Mike Trout in a commercial? When's the last time you heard about Mike Trout doing anything?
I'm rocking. Look, I'm rocking with you. We're trying to solve this.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we can solve it. I'm saying
I think we can. The four of us together.
I get what you
By 11
went
o'clock,
with
we can do that.
I think
yeah,
a lot of the
11:30.
solutions in these games come with like cutting games. Like there's 162 baseball games. Like every game is not important. Who cares? There's
Yep.
only 17 football games. Like every single one
game,
matters.
Are you
And
okay
if you're
as a
an
baseball
owner-
fan with them cutting games?
Yeah. I'd be
it's
fine
never
with
going to be a
cutting at least
conversation.
20.
The owners are never going to leave that money on the
Yeah.
table. You know what I mean? Like they got too many $19 beers to sell in home games to ever give
I'll
that
argue
money up.
this. It's so that argument would be maybe the top 5 teams. The other teams, those 20 games, that might even be potentially
Bro.
hurting them. There's no way. There's no way. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm good for 20 games taken off the schedule.
Yeah, like, and this guy's, he's a fan of one of the top
I'm
franchises.
not saying I'm not for it. I'm saying it will never happen because
No.
the owners are not going to leave that money on the table.
The
You're
top,
asking-
I'm saying the top owners. The other guys are taking a beating. They have to be.
No,
They're
No,
looking
that's
at
where they make
the
their-
pop is sharing.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
you can choose if you want to be a competitive owner in baseball or in any team sport. You know, you can just sit back and cash a check.
Now those guys are like maybe Tampa. When Tampa was bad, they're bringing 5,000 people in. Probably that your operating costs are higher than the money
Well,
you're bringing
baseball's
in.
a little different, right? The way there's salary cuts and stuff that like you could buy a championship. Football, like there's a cap. You can only spend so much. Baseball,
Talk
you
to
can
the
just.
Mets. They tried buying a championship last year and then had to
Didn't work out.
dump half the,
But I'm
half
saying
the team
like
before.
it's hard to manufacture a team. But what I'm saying is like in baseball you could, right?
Yeah, well,
there's no like you can only
there's-
spend this much.
no, there's no limit, but there actually are salary tiers where you
okay.
start paying taxes. So yeah, you will get.
It's
you
just
will
like
get taxed out of
you're
your
like
ass.
in the NBA where there's a luxury tax.
What, baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting carried away over here. We started with the hockey, and we're talking about the fighting. So, speaking about the fighting, I want to transition. Has any of you guys been watching the NBA lately?
I love it. The best. This is the best season in so
It
long.
seems like after I don't know what happened after the All-Star break. I don't know if, who's the dude name? Adam Silver? Is that his name?
Adam Silver. Yep.
I don't know if he put the phone call out. These games,
They're crazy.
they've been crazy. They've been, not only have they been competitive, they've been like, you can feel like
And-
the tension, and cats have just been beefing. They've been beefing. I was watching the beef where Draymond was like this.
Yeah, the other night.
He was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, NBA, I think it must have went out. Because I think the NBA did apologize for the All-Star weekend. They did like a formal
Gosh.
apology, and I felt like it lit a fire under these cats. Because if you watch the games now, you gotta watch the games. You gotta watch
Would
them.
you rather watch a hockey game or the All-Star game in basketball?
Oh my god.
There's a curse.
Nah, not for me.
Yo, I'd rather watch the NHL All-Star.
Yeah,
game.
I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. It'd be fun.
They
The
still
Knicks-
carry that fire of like, nah, we're winning. Like I don't think they care in the NBA.
Yeah. But
Dude, the top teams right now are like so crazy.
who's the squads?
Timberwolves, Thunder, my Nuggets, Clippers, Suns, Pelicans, Kings.
How did you say the Timberwolves and didn't mention the hometown people right now here?
The Celtics?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to Eastern Conference right now.
That's
the
the West.
the Celtics,
Okay.
the Cavaliers, the Knicks are on a top 5 team. The Bucks, the Sixers are somehow so. But it's like
I need
great
don't do that about my
basketball.
Sixers. I need them to hold tight till my boy MB comes back.
Yo,
with it. You know
that's-
what it is.
That's crazy that
basketball.
he just named all those teams and LeBron is nowhere to be found.
Don't do that.
Right?
Don't do that to Bron, man.
But
Don't do
what
that
was
to
it last
Brown.
year? What they getting?
Don't do that to Bron.
They
And
got
they
at
went
the
to the
very end.
finals last
Exactly.
year. So do the
You
Lakers
just gotta get in.
Do they look exactly? Do the
They
Lakers?
didn't go to the finals last year.
They were in the Western
Oh,
Conference
Western
Finals.
Conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to pause for a second.
And I
huh?
say this: if it wasn't for that Nugget squad, they were coming out of the
They were,
West.
because not very many people are stopping
They
LeBron
look
in a Western
tough.
Conference
It's
Finals.
something to do with playoff LeBron. I don't know what it is, but like you said, right, all they have to do. And I feel
Get
like
there.
the Warriors are heating up too.
Bro,
Yeah.
they are playing great basketball.
I was like, yo, what's up with Clay, man?
He's done. Yeah, he's done. I feel bad.
They took his like manhood away from him too. You know what I mean?
What do
Like
you mean?
I don't know. Like I feel like the team didn't back him. You know, like they're just all right with
What do you
him.
mean? You gotta explain, man. They didn't back him.
Like that. I just feel like they were like all right with him, like not finding himself again after those injuries. You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, we'll carry it, and it just they can't carry it on their own.
was
and
he an instrumental piece in those championships?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
What kind of question is
Obviously,
that,
yeah.
young
I'm asking
man?
you. So this is what I'm saying. Imagine if he starts to show up.
But I think
think
that's
he's
a valid,
shell-shocked?
I think that's a valid point by him. Like, yeah, man, it's true. Like, if he was that important, you'd think they'd be like, we need you. If you were back, we could do this. But they
You
seem
don't
to
think
be
that's
like,
what they're doing?
I mean, maybe they are. Yeah, I don't know.
think
Maybe they
that's-
are.
I mean, look at all the times Golden State needs to win. It's just some ISO play to Steph, and most of the time he can't get his shot off on his own. And back in the day,
And you don't fear Clay anymore.
Yeah, 'cause back in the day, you used to like
used
Steph.
to fear
Steph
both
wouldn't have
of
been
them.
Steph if they didn't draft Clay. I'm sorry. Like
I'm rocking
the
with you on
narrative
that.
on that of him
I'm
being hurt all
rocking
the
with you
time,
on
too
that.
small, not being able to get his
I'm
own shot
rocking
off.
with you.
If you didn't have a fucking sniper on the other
Boom.
side, like
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah, I'm mocking with
Like
you. I'm not.
I think so. I don't know. I want to see Clay come back and get it together. You know what I mean? Like I've been a fan of his over the years.
Okay, what's
and
the timeline on that?
I don't know.
When do you say in your head he's done?
What
done?
happened to him? Did he tear an
Last
Achilles
season.
and then go ACL or something like
It
that
was
back to
it
back
was two
in the
major
same
joints.
leg?
I don't know if it was the same.
I don't
leg.
know.
He's not coming back.
Yeah, it's just I
he's
think
done.
Father Time has probably caught up to him, and he's
done.
kind of been vocal about embracing a more Manu Ginobili like role. So can he find?
Can he even do that?
Can
was-
he find that
he
within
got
himself?
like 3 points the other. It was something crazy.
It's bad.
But they got young players though too. Like they don't have to rely on him to find him. That's what I was like trying to say. Like they have a youth movement going on as well. So you don't have to be like Clay. We need you to be the sixth man of the year right now. It's kind of like just do what you can do, and I don't know, be fresh for the playoffs maybe.
All right, just
Like,
a quick hypothetical. Who's more dangerous if they can get into the playoffs, Warriors or Lakers?
Lakers. Lakers has a better roster. and Lakers has a-
I don't. I feel like Anthony Davis has a little bit of Cam Newton in him.
Oh, don't do that. Stop.
Like,
Is
I
that
just-
what we're going to do now? We're going to just
Anybody who's a-
compare everybody to Cam?
Yes.
A
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
You can make it to the promised land, but you can't get it done. And when it comes time to dive on the ball in the playoffs and make it for the team, like, I don't know. I just don't see,
That's a fair comparison.
like, yeah, like, I just wouldn't
Oh, okay,
bet-
I get what you're saying
I'm
in
not
that
betting on
regard.
Anthony Davis's, like, heart. You
No.
know what I mean? That's what my problem
Okay,
is. Whereas
okay.
Golden State, like,
when
I've
you
seen
cleared
them
it up,
have
I
heart.
understand.
You're betting on LeBron to pull him along.
Yes.
Exactly.
Man, the NBA's got so much young, fresh talent.
Yo, it's a changing
It's-
of the guard, son.
It's so crazy. It's wild watching these sports turn over. Football, watching the quarterbacks that we all loved, and now in basketball, you're seeing it.
You're seeing
This
the
new
transition.
young talent, they are good.
There's like names. I'm like,
If you're
who
not
is
watching
this
the
cat?
NBA right now,
Who is
oh, it's
that?
good.
I'm like, who is this? Who is that? So is it a foregone conclusion about the C's? Are they coming out of the East this year?
They need to.
Or will the Knicks or Cavaliers
That'd be
have
crazy if
something
the
to say
Knicks-
about
They
that?
just
Knicks,
took care of the
Celtics.
Knicks the other night.
Yeah.
Yo.
I think they're lucky by not.
They
They
did
don't have
outright,
as
too.
strong of an East as there is a West.
Yeah.
Like I think they have an easier path this year than ever.
I mean, you got the Bucks are there, obviously.
But they're not right.
Giannis and Dame.
Doc
they
Rivers
figured it out
has
in the playoffs.
Are the
squandered
Pelicans in
more
the East or
championship
West?
level
Pelicans
talent.
are in the
are in the
West.
West, right?
They're the sixth spot.
What's up with Memphis?
They're good,
Is
too.
Ja still
No,
out?
Memphis is trash right now.
Ja's done, right? Is
He's
he
out for
done
the
for the
season,
season?
Yeah.
So they're done. So
Yep.
it's gonna come down to
Memphis
is
is in
Miami
the-
making noise?
Yeah, they're in like the fifth.
It's
or
Jimmy
the
time.
sixth.
They were beefing the other day. I don't know who.
Yeah.
Actually, it was them
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Pelicans.
Yep.
They were
Somebody fouled Zion, maybe.
Yeah, it was Kevin Love. He had your boy in like the bear. Here's another thing. If you're gonna foul somebody, why do you have to? I don't get that. It was like blatant how he like bear hugged him and
Yeah.
held him down. Why he was going up, and then I think Zion fell to the ground, and then Kevin Love had the nerve to be like, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that."
Of course.
If you just want to impede somebody's shot, all you have to do is just be like, "Boop" or whatever. I don't know.
Are you impeding Zion Williams' shot by doing that? He's a pretty big guy. He's
Yeah.
because they're getting the contact and they're going through you and they're getting the bucket.
No,
so.
but he like, you got to see how it went down. He like bear hugged him.
Oh, I saw it. It was pretty atrocious.
like you don't got to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I think they're worried about getting fined for text and stuff too. You know what I mean? Like you put like a blatant foul on somebody, like they're gonna put the tech on you.
Yeah, you
can
gotta
only-
go,
you can
"Oh, I'm
only
sorry,
get
I'm
so
sorry."
many in a
That's
season
more the
until you
safe
start
way to
paying a
do it by
fine.
grabbing them and
Yeah.
hugging them.
Yeah.
They can't fall. You're not going to be hitting them.
This ain't
I'm
all.
rocking
It's
with
not.
you.
It's not a flagrant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I try to do it as nice as possible. Like
Trying to be a nice guy.
I want to see some Kurt Rambis on the floor kind of stuff. That's the NBA that I want to see.
I don't think you'll
I
ever
was
see
watching
it
a
again.
clip of Scottie Pippen and he gets elbowed in his head and he's got the fucking air balloon on his head and it was so crazy and I'm like, bro, the NBA used to be so crazy.
Scotty used to ask for it though. He used to be dunking on people with disrespect. Like he definitely had a target on his back.
The NBA was so wild back then.
I wish that things didn't go so poorly for him post career.
Oh, Pippen?
Yeah, like he's such an integral part of.
Oh, he got dog walked. Like,
Yeah,
Did
like
MJ ever win without Pippen?
no,
He
never.
never did.
Hey,
He never did.
you know there was
Without
a time.
Pippen, that-
you know
that's
there
not
was a time
happening.
early. I think it might have even been on the draft night or something like that. But they were going to trade Pippen for Sean Kemp.
Wow.
And it was going to be MJ and Sean Kemp going forward, the 1 and the 2.
I felt like that wouldn't have worked though.
I don't know.
you think it
Sean
would've
Kemp
worked?
ate himself out of the league, you know?
Yeah, Sean Kemp was really
Yo,
good.
it worked out how it needed to work out. Like Scottie Pippen, his family and personal life dictated that his mentality was give me the guaranteed money now because I got people to feed. If you go back and look at the money that he took and why he took it, like
Pippen, you're saying?
yeah, and the Bulls and MJ and whoever else you want to say were able to capitalize on that and sign him to that long-term underpaid deal, and the rest is history. And Scottie went out and played his ass off every night. He was a defensive beast, bro.
Could
like,
Kemp have been the second fiddle?
Yeah, for
no,
sure.
I feel like
For
him-
sure. Jordan
You
would
think
have
so?
Jordan would have elevated Kemp even more.
No, I'm saying
Mentality.
I'm
I think
saying
Jordan would have been
mentality-wise,
aggravated,
him
like,
and
with all the
Jordan would have
dunks.
been going at
Yeah.
it. Pippen, how can I say it? Pippen knew his role.
yeah.
Jordan and Kemp, it would have. I don't know, maybe. You got two alphas.
Like if you
Yeah.
if you grew up loving those Bulls teams like I did, it's like you better give Scottie Pippen his flowers. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
If you're
I
like
give him his
if you're like
flowers.
you're mad at Scottie because all the LeBron guys are like Jordan couldn't do it without him.
Yeah.
Damn right he couldn't have done it without him. 'Cause it does take a
It takes
team.
a team.
Yeah,
It takes
like
a team. All right, we're getting carried away. Right now, who you got? East, West. If the
I
finals.
got the I want to
Right
say
now, East, West finals.
I want to say the Nuggets and the Pacers.
Of course, you would say Nuggets. I don't know why you would say Pacers though. Really?
You'll see.
Who you got, P? Just throw a random whatever.
Same
you
thing.
got.
Nuggets, Celtics. I just think it should have been.
No, he said Pacers.
Oh,
You're
you
saying-
said Pacers?
Yeah,
Oh, it was
Indiana.
Nuggets. I didn't.
Who you saying? This is record. It's gonna be recorded now.
There's a lot of good teams.
I think it's probably like Celtics Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals or Celtics Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Bucks?
If it's Bucks,
Where are
I
you
can
grabbing
see-
that from?
Huh?
The Bucks
Just on talent, bro.
I
Like,
can't rock with you on that. but
well,
go
they're
ahead.
gonna lose
They're
because
in the
Doc
third
Rivers
spot, bro.
Listen, Doc Rivers has squandered more talent
squandered.
than
That's
anybody
where you
else
gotta
in
go
league
with it.
history. Like, we should be so happy that we got that chip in 7 or 8 or whatever it was with Doc as the coach. So I'm taking Celtics on the East.
Yeah.
The West, I don't know how you pick against the Nuggets, but
off.
my heart tells me that Kevin Durant is going to go on a run and somehow find a way to assert himself.
Okay, I'm rocking with you.
But
Don't like
I
that.
just don't think. I imagine this and I say, the Suns are gonna lose to Denver. So,
all right, I'm gonna give
and that's
you,
all chalk, right?
Yeah.
It's all chalk everywhere. So.
And you, Coop?
I'm gonna give you my pick, and then we're gonna get on the NFL draft. You're gonna say what? I'm saying Celtics in the East.
Okay.
Sacramento comes out of the West.
What?
The Foxcat and Sabon.
They are balling. I mean, they're in seventh right now.
Conversation. You're gonna be like, what?
How many
Sacramento.
contracts has Fox signed in Sacramento
They
now? He's been
coming,
over there
baby.
for a while.
Celtics in the East. Sacramento in the West.
See, I don't know because Kevin's like 70% right most of the time.
Oh yeah, I
so-
forgot his right percentage.
70% is about right.
All right, so we're gonna hop around again because it's how we always round it out because we're all big football guys. If you're the Chicago Bears, who are you taking in the 2024-2025? I don't know. We'll say 2024 draft.
I'm not getting rid of Justin Fields. That's the only thing I'll say. I'm trading that pick.
I'm trading future picks as well.
What do you mean?
Like you want to, inform me of where Chicago is.
Number 1, number
The Windy
9.
City.
No, yeah, the Windy City, right off of the Great Lakes. Do they play in a dome?
I don't think
They don't
do.
play in a dome,
No.
do they? No. So you're gonna draft a kid from California who paints his nails and goes and cries to his mommy in the stands. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna rearrange your whole franchise to go draft this
All right, let me
this
rephrase-
kid to play in
Can
the
I
Colts.
rephrase the question? Okay, what you personally gonna what will you personally do at Chicago, and what do you think they're gonna do?
I would trade the pick back to number I would trade down
What would you personally do?
Marvin
Just-
Harrison and I keep Justin Fields.
What do you think they're gonna do?
They're gonna draft a quarterback.
It's awful. What do you think? What do you want them to do if you were the owner? What would you do? What you said? Would you trade the pick and get, or would you take the Harrison cat?
You can't take Harrison at
I
1.
wouldn't.
You trade back.
I wouldn't take Harrison at number 1. I would trade back if that's the case. But do you really believe in are any of these kids coming out of this quarterback class built to play playoff football and win championships outside in Chicago? You got a kid coming out of USC, you got a kid coming from North Carolina, and you got a kid coming from Louisiana. You think any of those guys are coming over here and getting it done? I just don't see it. Like, trade the pick back. Like, take Marvin Harrison if you can find him. Or even if you don't, just get a bunch of first-round picks and continue to build the team.
All right.
Take the best player available. Like,
What do you think they're gonna do?
I think they're gonna take Caleb Williams.
It's on you, P. It's on you, baby.
If they have a quarterback that they feel through their scouting is their man, is that guy, they think they can do it, then they should make the move.
Oh gosh, what a boring answer.
Oh my goodness.
But if they're not sure about any of them,
I'm asking you
Draft
now.
back.
I know.
Hey, what do you think they should? What would you do if you were the owner? If you were the owner of Chicago Bears, what would you do?
keep Justin Fields.
Okay.
Pick up some more draft picks. Make the team around him better.
What are you gonna do? What do you think they're gonna do?
So I don't know, because with Fields unfollowing, didn't he unfollow their?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yes, so
This
it's
shit-
already, the writing's already on the wall.
So that he might know.
He knows. He knows. Now, me personally, I think they should take the Marvin Harrison cap, keep the Fields cap, and see what you can get going with those two. Because that division isn't really crazy right now.
I was just gonna
Maybe
say
you
that.
deal with Detroit a little bit.
Packers are good.
Green Bay, you can, but it's still
They're gettable.
the division. Exactly. Any of those teams, you can beat them on a good day. I bet you they probably been handling them a little bit.
Yeah, the only reason the Packers won in the playoffs is because Dallas couldn't stop the run.
They got caught. I think they got caught off guard. But I think you take him. But what I think they're gonna do, they're gonna take one of these quarterbacks. I don't think the Caleb Williams thing is exactly who they might take. I honestly don't. I don't think they
you
will.
just almost
I
have
do
to.
think they're gonna take a quarterback because of what P said. Because Justin Fields came out last week and said, "Just let me know if you're gonna trade me." He said it straight out the gate, right? And then the next day he unfollowed them. The Bears, whatever their social media stuff is.
That's a big deal nowadays.
So, exactly. That's like you making, stuff and making statements. So I think it's already a foregone conclusion. They're going to take our quarterback. But my thing is, I don't think they might necessarily, it's not a definite that they're going to take the Williams cat. That's just
You know
my opinion.
I feel like I just had a little changing of the heart as I'm thinking about this as well. Like, you're going to have to pay Justin Fields at some point as well.
Boom.
Right? So now you have to pay him $30-40 million a year with a new contract.
Right.
It's going to become increasingly more difficult to fill the shelves in around him. If you already have a half decent team, is it easier to reset?
They're getting
but-
a
I know,
Harrison
he's got-
got on the rookie.
He's got two more
good for-
years left. 3 more years.
How
on
long is the
contract.
rookie deal?
Nah, because he got
How long is the rookie?
drafted the same year
4
as
years.
Mac
4
Jones.
years,
Mac
isn't
Jones is in it.
Is it 4
Was
years?
it 5 years for a first round and 4 years for like other
So
rounds?
if they get Harrison there for 5 years on rookie money, do that.
But here's the other deal, though. It all depends on what people are giving them for a package, too. They have the 9th pick. They might not get Marvin Harrison, but there's a lot of great receivers
Yes.
in this draft. So you got the number 1 and the number 9. If you can drop back to 6, pick up another draft pick, something
I'm
like that.
rocking
Now you
with
got
you.
6 and 9. You're going to get the plays you want.
It's strategic.
Isn't
who
that
else?
amazing? 4 out of 4 of us said we'd probably keep Fields. 4 out of 4 of us said they probably
They're not
won't
gonna
keep
do
Fields.
it. They're not gonna do it.
Isn't that amazing?
I believe it is. It makes you wonder because me and Pete, I talk about this too. I'm blue in the face. I feel like the obvious is what they never do,
Well,
especially from coaching and owning.
Because
a
they look at it
team
from a
and coaching.
financial side too, which we don't.
But
I
it
think.
seems so obvious, and I'm like, I'm not this guru, but you couldn't see that a mile away.
It's
I don't
wild.
know.
And they're pros. What do you hope your team does during the draft?
I told P, we need some secondary pieces. Our defense was Swiss cheese last year. I just think if we could get some good secondary, like some good corners, maybe a decent safety. We got smoked last year. Smoked.
but dude, you honestly think you're gonna find somebody in the draft that translates right away to make a difference? If you're fixing your team on the fly, it's
Could it
about
be any
free
worse than what
agency.
we had last year?
You guys
I
were
think it
bad.
could be a lot worse.
way.
Relying on a kid that's only ever played in college versus relying on people with pro
we looked
downs and
horrendous.
experience.
We looked horrendous. It was awful. Like I blew a gasket of like 3 or 4 games last year.
Remember that first
watching
Cowboys
them.
game we watched when
I
you
want
would see Lamb was tearing them
Are
up?
you on
in
the,
games they should have lost, P. They should have lost both of those Cowboys games.
They should've.
It was awful.
Are you getting rid of the coach?
That's
You're
another
touching,
one.
You're touching a nerve.
You didn't want to
with
bring
me.
the hoodie to Philly, bro. He's right there for the taking.
Nah, I don't want Belichick.
Do you know who the Eagles are supposed to take at number
I don't
22?
want
Can you
Belichick.
read that name?
Kool-Aid
I don't want
McKinstry.
That's
They
Kool-Aid
gotta
McKinstry.
take him.
Kool-Aid
Kool-Aid.
Where's he from?
McKinstry.
Kentucky? Who's
Alabama.
Alabama. Yeah, I think I
That's
funny 'cause
cool
I re-
name. Kool-Aid name.
I remember seeing his name, and I'm like, yo, if we take him, I don't know. He seemed like he was legit, but
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was just, that's
you know, you
wild.
can see that a mile away.
What do you hope the Patriots do?
What do you think? Yeah, we're gonna round it. Patriots. What pick you guys got? You got like
third.
top 3.
The third, yeah.
Third.
Are you taking a quarterback?
I don't think the way to success in the NFL is drafting a quarterback and having him start right away. Like I think the path to is the Green Bay way of doing things.
I'm mocking with you.
So I feel like if the Patriots
but what if he's that dude?
So what? Sit him. Patrick Mahomes is that dude, and he still sat until Alex Smith got hurt.
I rock
You know
with
what
you.
I mean? So give me like Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, something like that. Give me some bridge guy if you're going to take a quarterback. But if you're not going to take a quarterback, and again, I'm on the same thing. Do we play in a dome? Do we have to deal with New England weather
cold
outside
weather,
in the
cold weather.
playoffs? I don't want any of these guys that are here. So trade out of the pick or take Marvin Harrison. If you trade out of the pick, get a king's ransom for it and make sure that you're
Take
able.
Marvin Harrison?
Or if you're not going to trade the pick, take Marvin Harrison.
You're not considering a quarterback at all.
No.
Why?
I'll take a quarterback in the later rounds and develop him. I just told you why. I don't want a kid that grew up in Louisiana, California, or North Carolina as my quarterback trying to come in here and compete in the New England. It's
Who is
not
that?
going to happen. Like,
Who are you gonna get? I feel like that's a moot point because a lot of these kids, football, you have to just be. Did Josh Allen play in a cold weather place?
Yeah.
He still reps Buffalo, though,
And you
right?
also,
Yeah.
I know where Jaden Daniels played at college. I don't necessarily know where he grew up. He might have grew up
That's
in a
what
cold
I'm saying.
area.
I can't rock with you on that.
He might have grew up somewhere cold.
I just think you gotta be ready, man. You gotta be. It's NFL. You gotta be prepared for the elements.
I think that the NFL is a man's league, man. I think most of the kids in the first round are just pampered little babies at the end of the day. Like they've been on this path to NFL since middle school. You know what I mean? And I don't look at the success rates of first round quarterbacks. It's pretty much a wash. It's a 50-50. If you take a quarterback in the first round, it's no guarantee.
I'm rocking with you.
So I think it's even worse to take him that high. If it's just like the divorce rate, if you're more often to get divorced than
Yeah,
not, why are you going to invest such high draft capital?
But people still do it.
But the same thing scares me about Marvin Harrison. Show me a number one receiver that's come from privilege. Like, you know the kid grew up doing all right. Your dad's an
I can't
NFL
rock
wide
with you with
receiver.
that. Have you watched him?
He's very good.
Yeah, but
He's extremely good. I feel like some dudes, it's like the Steph Curry thing. And I think one of Bron's kids, you're going to see this. It's just in the DNA. They
You
just,
got the
yeah, but
best
can
coaches,
you get punched
the
in
best
the mouth?
trainers.
Can you get punched? I mean, listen, Marvin Harrison got away with murder. A lot of people don't talk about that. So maybe his dad's been a G to him,
That's
making
what
sure
I'm
he grew
saying.
up the right way. But
Okay, he's cut from
all right,
that
now I
cloth.
just talked myself
Yeah,
into it.
right.
Marvin Harrison Jr. at 3.
He's cut from that
Yeah.
cloth. Your argument would be, if Belichick was still here, would he be able to deal with him? It's going to be interesting to see how Mayo deals with some of these young attitudes and
We'll have a
their
better shot than Belichick.
Yeah, I think he'll
personalities.
have a better chance.
That's what I'm saying. Is it going to work for him or maybe not? I don't know. But
I think we did a great service to Mayo by standing by doing what we said that we were going to do, but I think we did a great disservice to the fan base by not talking to Mike Vrabel at all. And I think that could come out in the wash very quickly.
This with the Vrabel thing. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I'm only going to know how I feel after a full season with Mayo. And then I'll be like, maybe they should have talked to the Vrabel guy. But enough about the patties. Russell Wilson, did they let him go?
Not yet.
I thought they did.
He's gone.
I thought they let him go. I
He's gone.
thought
He's
that they
gone.
let him go.
He's gone. He will not be a. He will not.
What are you saying?
I just remember sitting in the barbershop and it's crazy. Twice it happened. 3 times it happened to me. At the barbershop, on TV, Peyton Manning is traded. Second time, the receiver from the Patriots that went to the Broncos.
Oh, Wes Welker.
Wes Welker. Third time I'm at the barbershop, my barber goes, bro, Russell Wilson just got traded to the Broncos. I was...
How'd you feel? Let's go back. How'd you feel each time? Peyton Manning, how'd you feel?
We're going to get one.
Wes Welker, how'd you feel?
We're going to get one.
Russell Wilson, how'd you feel?
He's
he not that guy
he's
to
not.
you?
And we haven't had a quarterback in so long.
Has Russell Wilson...
And even when you had
has he
Peyton,
ever
he
been the
wasn't a
guy?
quarterback.
Has Russell Wilson ever been the guy?
Yeah.
You think he has? I think the Legion of Boom kind of...
That was a really good defense. Really good.
Were you ever like, yo, Russell Wilson, look out?
There was a
really.
point where
It was a
he
couple of
looked like he
years.
was going to be the future.
Yeah, there was a few years there where he was really.
Yeah.
He can extend.
Not in retrospect, though. Do you look at him differently now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Do you still be like,
Does
that
it
was
hurt
maybe like
him?
a flash in the pan?
Does like Cam Newton-ish, like the way Cam Newton got hurt with his off the field? Does Russell Wilson too? Because when I think of him, like, not only do I not like him as a player, he is so corny, bro.
Yeah.
He is so corny.
It's like looking in the mirror.
It's like,
Yo.
That's what-
That's what you get for forgetting Wes Welker's name, bro.
that was.
That receiver from the
That's why
Patriots.
I'll be like, yo, why don't I like this person? He reminds me of myself.
It's a black version of me.
They say that's like
That's
a psychological
funny.
thing. You hate things about people that you
Because
hate
it-
about
it-
yourself.
I'm a
Yeah.
firm believer
I hate
in
that he's so
That's
handsome
why I
and
don't like
charismatic.
All right, you want to add more? Because I'm about to go to Dallas. We're going to Dallas. We went from Philly
No, the only
to
thing
New England,
the only thing
Denver.
I'll add, we'll get rid of Russell Wilson, and hopefully we draft a quarterback. We're looking like we're going to draft a defensive end. When your team drafts a position like that, it's good, but it's just so boring. You're like, you want something new.
You want something flashy.
They're
Yeah.
what's the dead money on letting Russ
Oh,
go? Like it's
it's
got to kind of
crazy.
be
It's
like
gonna cripple us. For
It's
Yeah,
a guaranteed.
36 million.
They're
I
gonna
think
eat
it
the
was.
guaranteed
I
money.
think it was 36 million.
So
dead
this
cap.
year, it's like they're not going to be doing
No,
anything
we're
in
not
free
doing
agency.
nothing.
They're just
So back to what I'm saying. Is that a definite that he's gone?
He's gone.
Yeah, it's definitely he's gone.
He's gone.
You
I don't
guys
know.
this.
The coach don't want him.
I don't know who's the GM in Denver. The coach is
the
Sean Payton.
Walmart
Are they
guys.
on the
Sean
same?
Payton doesn't want him. I think.
He didn't want him before he got there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was that part of the conversation when that GM brought in Sean Payton? Sean Payton was like, "Listen, like if this doesn't work out, you're the one that gave him all this money. You're the one that traded
You're
all these
on the
picks
hook for
for
this.
him.
You're on the hook
I
for
don't
this.
want to hear it for another 3 years about where
Don't
are
talk
we
to
at."
me about my contract.
Yeah.
And
Why
that's
would
why
you?
I said before Sean Payton took his position and before what's his name went to Houston, I said Houston's a better deal because they had all that cap room, they had
Yes.
all those draft picks.
You called
I'm like,
that.
he's going to Denver. He's going to
Everybody,
be
give it up for
handcuffed.
P. He called one.
Hey, I got one. I'm not 70%.
He like never. Sean Payton never found his way to Dallas either. After all those years of all those rumors, like he was always leaving the Saints to go be
Go
with
back
the
to
Cowboys.
Dallas.
He
And
set it up nicely for you, P. We're on
Yes.
to Dallas.
Yes.
Who
We're on
are
to
we
Cincinnati.
singing
We're on to
"Sweet
Dallas.
Child of Mine" to in the free agency world? Is it Stephon
Yes.
Gilmore or is
Come
it
on.
Tony
Come
Pollard?
on, Guns N' Roses.
Pollard, I think, is gone.
Yeah,
Then I
Pollard's
give-
gone. They're not
Gilmore's
gonna,
a 33-year-old corner too. So I
What'd you
think
pay
they're both-
Pollard? What'd you pay him?
10 or 11 last year with the franchise. He's not getting franchised again. They're not going to give him a big deal.
He didn't have a
produce
good
enough.
season either.
No.
Yeah.
What happened to Tony Pollard? He was going to be so good too, right?
He's not
He's
the
out
number
of there.
one back.
Pollard's
He's not
out of
a
there.
number one back.
Dallas's offensive line isn't what it used to be either. So
It's still pretty good. They got a couple of good guys. They're going to go
What pick you got?
late 20s.
So you're in the same
you're
boat as
picking
us.
They're gonna go-
unexciting defensive end out of.
They're going to be. It's going to be interior defensive linemen to stop the run. They're going to because Zimmer.
Yeah, there you
now
go.
it's- Mike Zimmer took over as defensive coordinator.
Oh yeah,
He
let's
likes.
talk about that. You
I
got
he
the
likes
Zimmer
bigger.
cap.
Yeah, he likes bigger guys. And I always thought we were light in
Pause.
the linebackers.
Nice.
I always thought we were light with the linebackers.
Yeah.
Especially with once LV Leighton Vander Esch went out,
Okay.
they started moving people that just weren't big enough to be linebackers. They were like more like safeties. So that's one of the problems we always had. And then Hankins is the defensive nose tackle. that went out hurt. That's when all the running started killing us.
Okay, what is that? What you saw in the Green Bay game?
No, that was
defensively?
They were not ready. The defense was not ready in that game, and I don't know what that was.
What do you mean?
The defense wasn't prepared to play. I don't know.
Green Bay got out to
So
early
did the
lead in that
coach
game.
not have them ready?
It was.
I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't think he did. And from what I've heard people say, it was they talk about preparation. Maybe they weren't really prepared for that. The offense got their shit together in that game. They ended up scoring 30 points.
But you think it was too late though? By that point,
But
The
you give up 40 something.
Yeah,
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
bleeding.
So
So-
yeah, I think they're gonna go defensive line. They need defensive line help. They need linebacker help. That'll be the first couple of picks.
But Dallas was top 10 defensively last year, right? If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Yep.
I
No,
don't-
they were top 5. I
What
think.
pick?
Yeah, I don't know.
What pick do you guys have?
Like
What do you
late
really
20s.
have to do? I don't know. It's like you.
Sign
we can
Kyle
argue.
Duggar.
We can argue pieces, but that, to me, I'm gonna say this again. That seems like a coach not saying to them, "Yo, don't go out the night before. Don't do this. Be here and just be ready." I don't know how
I
you.
don't get that from Mike
Wide
McCarthy.
receiver.
That's my point.
Like the fact that they rolled the ball back out with him again, that's a curious decision to me.
So let me ask you this: is this a do or die year for McCarthy in your eyes?
Oh, he's a lame duck coach. He doesn't have a contract. He's in last year.
So this is it.
This is
no
it.
matter what.
Yep. He's got a NFC Championship game Super Bowl he's got to get to or he's done.
You're saying the
And that's
minimum
crazy.
NFC
And
championship.
that's crazy because he's going 12 and 5.
He's still
the
a
last
decent.
3
Yeah,
years.
he still has winning records, and that's what I'm saying. Anywhere else would love to have him. That's the.
But the pressure's too
That's
high
the
on Dallas
standard for Cowboys
to
man.
take that step.
Yeah.
They want it all,
Yep.
which is it seems messed up, but that is the kind of the culture you want.
You know
I'm like, yo,
you know
we
they
don't,
didn't
we don't
even-
want this. We want it all.
Yeah,
That's Patriots
But
now.
when you haven't gotten it, it's like at a certain point you're like, I guess we'll just
I'll
take
take whatever I
something.
can get.
Yeah, we'll take a little bit.
You know what's crazy
Maybe.
though? San Fran hasn't won a Super Bowl longer than Dallas.
Yeah.
And nobody talks about
You don't
that.
think about
Because
that.
they've got
They've been
playoff
there.
victories
Yeah,
in between.
and they've been there. They've gotten there.
Well, it's also
But
because
what good is that?
we don't hear about the
nothing.
49ers
You're still back to
over
square
and over and
one.
over and over. You hear about Dallas, it's just jammed down your throat. They don't do that about the 49ers, so therefore there's not the same stigma. Cowboys fans are terrible. I mean, look at this guy. He's
Yeah, exactly.
It's San Fran.
Somebody's gonna be walking
the
over.
worst. The worst.
San
Uber.
Fran's done. San Fran's done. Are they making a run? Are they making a run?
They got
again?
another year because Brock Purdy's still on that rookie contract. After he goes off that rookie contract, their window closes.
They've been talking about they should pick up like Cousins.
They
Over
tried.
Brock Purdy.
You have Kirk Cousins' money?
They wanted to pick up Cousins originally.
Because now you're still Purdy's still under the rookie.
That's why their
Yeah,
team is
right?
able to do what they're able to do.
Yeah,
They
but
have
they're
so
all-
many
You take
people.
what you can get out of this dude as long as you
Of
can.
course, and he's winning.
They're already saying
Yeah.
that San Fran's in like a pinch, right? Because why is Ayuk's name out there as he's departing? They're not going to be able to give
They're
him
not
the
gonna
money
pay
that he
him.
needs
They're
to.
not gonna
Like,
pay him.
look at all the guys that they got: Debo, McCaffrey, Ayuk. Like, who's the a
lot on the defensive
Kirkwood
side.
or Kirkpatrick or something like that. Their corner, he's a
Kirkpatrick!
free agent. Like, they
They're
got
not
a lot
gonna
of
pay
money.
him.
They got a lot of money.
Trent
to spend.
Williams,
Trent
Ryan.
Williams. They got like a lot of talent on that team to try to feed them all. And how long is Christian McCaffrey going to be doing it for?
He's still doing it, man.
But you would
How
think
old
this
is
is
how
he's
old
getting
is he?
towards
He's
the
a
end of
tiny,
it.
yeah, he's approaching 30. He's a tiny white running back. Like
And
He's
his-
still, I don't
and
care
his
what he
usage
does, he
rate-
still kills.
His usage rate was so
Yeah,
crazy
he
too.
was still bananas.
How many
with
times
it.
did he have? What's like the killer number with running backs? Like 300 carry or 300 or
I
400
would say the
touches
same.
or something
And
like
the
that. And they're
years,
never the
too.
same after that. Like
Maybe-
they're getting close to burning them out.
But that didn't used to be too. That's more recent because everybody talks about Emmett. Emmett was 300 rushes and make 70, 80 receiving.
Yo,
And
McCaffrey's
the time they touched
different,
the
man.
ball.
He's built
Yeah.
different in my eyes.
Who was the kid on the Chiefs? I feel like that was like the first emergence of that. He
Pacheco?
got 300. Nah, we're going back like
no,
probably
we're
like
going
20
back.
years.
Holmes?
Nah,
Bruce
Paul
Holmes or
Bruce Holmes,
something
they had
like
they had a
that.
couple of.
I don't know, man. I think who else? What's another team in NFL? Baltimore. What do you think about them?
Eh.
they're screwed. You
do you
can't
mean?
give the quarterback all that money. You're never gonna be able to fill the rest of the team out.
Yeah, it's tough.
Well, they might get. I don't know what their salary cap is, but it went up $30 million to 255 this year. So
this is what I'm saying though. I would rock with you, but that division, you're saying Cleveland's gonna.
Are the Bengals gonna be good
Are
next
the
year?
Bengals gonna?
I think it's Bengals and Ravens for the foreseeable future.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
So you
believe in
can't say-
Deshaun
you can't-
Watson,
you
and I
can't
don't
automatically
believe in.
be like. You just was like they're done.
Yeah.
I think they still can win that division.
Well, if you're saying-
and then
What
from
about the
there,
Chargers?
All bets are off.
We just
well,
said
Chargers are in the West.
playoff wins don't matter. We're talking about Super Bowls, right?
No,
Super
we're
Bowls,
saying
they're
for
done.
for Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm saying in the league it does matter. Cowboys they have that standard, so I'm saying Baltimore can still win that division. Is San Diego doing anything?
That's what I was saying. Like, San Diego got a new shiny coach. I mean, they got Herbert. They might be good next season.
All of
Who's
their
the coach for San
defenders
Diego?
are on
They
like the
just brought him
last.
over from Michigan.
Oh, Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Look at all their
He has the
all their
pedigree.
defenders
Yeah,
are on
they
like the
look good.
last year of their deal. Khalil Mack is like a cut candidate. Bosa's like a cut or trade candidate. Like him going over there could really flex what goes on in free agency.
Who's the okay? I'm gonna do just a quick hypothetical. Who's the nastier Bosa? The San Fran Bosa or
Yeah.
the Chargers Bosa?
I think they both kind of got hurt. Like they haven't played full seasons over there. First,
Who are you
five.
taking on your squad? Which one?
San Fran.
Probably the San Fran. Yeah.
Bosa. But I didn't mean to go to the side. But Chargers, who's in that? Your squad.
Chargers, Raiders,
I saw
Broncos,
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I sort of think they
Tough
may
division.
move Mike Williams.
He's another cut trade candidate.
Why would you get rid of him? The
Dude,
money
too many
is the
Keenan
money.
Allen. You got too many people there.
They have a great.
And who's
They're
the-
such a weird team. Every year they're like, oh, they're gonna be so good. Nothing. Fall so flat. It must be tough to be a Charger fan. There are no Chargers fans.
Dude, the year that the Patriots beat them in,
There
the,
is
in the
one.
undefeated season, that team was awesome, bro.
Who?
The 07 Chargers.
Yeah.
Was that
LaDainian
LaDainian?
Thomason?
LaDainian, they had
Rivers?
Phil Rivers,
Gates?
Antonio Gates. Who's the wide receiver that they had? Yeah, a good
I think
wideout
his name
too.
was like Williams too, wasn't it? No, not Williams. I remember that squad, but then they ran into who? They ran into your boys,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they
Because
also,
that's the one when LaDainian
It's
with
the-
the hoodie.
yeah, he's riding
and they
a
had
bike.
that game sewn up by halftime. They were talking all this smack, and then LaDainian got mad because the Patriots were celebrating.
Nah, he
after.
got hurt.
No, but he was upset.
Oh, yeah.
Because, and I'm like, you wasn't like that 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
When you were smoking them, and then they came back and they showed no class. And I remember that to this day. That was the squad that year, though. And then
he had a good.
that's why I love football.
That's good.
San Fran to me, that we argued about this last week, was the best team in football to me last year. And
By
then-
far.
And then the Chiefs came in and was like,
Gosh. I'm so tired of Chiefs.
Were they-
I don't know about
it
by
only
far
really-
because
but not by far. But if you look back and say who was the best team in the league last year,
Who's the best
49ers.
team over the last 4 games of the season? That's all I want to
That's what
worry
I'm
about.
saying.
You know what I
That's
mean?
what
So I
I'm
don't
saying.
want. But that's what we were talking about last week.
That's
Like,
why
you
I
have,
love football.
You have like the first 12 games of the season dictating whether or not you think these guys are good right now. Like that was months ago. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? What'd you do last month?
because how
That's
did
all
good
that
did
really
Baltimore
until
look
now, like,
down the stretch when they smacked San Francisco up?
they look scary.
Yeah.
They
were
looked
scared.
absolutely
They
scary.
were scared. And then
that should have been a
Tennessee.
window to you to bet on KC in the Super Bowl. Because that was your
But what
first.
was the
'cause that
payout?
was your first. No, I'm just saying like that was your first glimpse into like
Well, if you
Brock
put money down
Purdy
then-
not being able to get punched in the mouth and show up on the national stage in a big game.
Kev, would you ever bet on the
Never.
Chiefs?
I am not even kidding you. I sat there before the game and I said to myself, I know the Chiefs are going to win. I might as well just light this money on fire. And I did. I just... I was like, I'm going to lose this bet. Here we go. Place bet.
Anyway, yo, I know we've been babbling on. If anybody's even hanging on by a thread listening, I want to thank you, Cats, man. I appreciate you, man. Let me know if y'all want to run it back. We're running out of stuff to talk about. Next week, what do you want to talk about if we run it back? I don't know. Maybe we got to do a little bit more research. But
Well, maybe there'll be another 7-on-7 football game, and we'll have more Cam stuff to talk
I'm
about.
sure there will be. Cam will get jumped again.
any last words from you, Kev?
Yeah, get outside and enjoy the day. See some bees.
Take a walk in the park.
It's on you, Ryan. What you got?
I got the day off. That's what I got. That
What's
never,
up with your
that
dog?
never
What's up with
happens.
your dog? Y'all take him to the vet or
Yeah, he's got like a little growth on his shoulder. I gotta
is
get
he
checked
gonna be
out.
all right?
We'll see.
Yeah.
This has been the craziest dog I ever had. He's allergic to everything. I gotta feed him special food. I gotta get him shots all the time and stuff.
Keeping
So
you busy, keeping you on
Yeah.
your toes. He'll be all right.
He'll be all right.
What's up with you, P?
Hey, if you guys made it to this far, like, share, subscribe.
Oh,
What he said.
we forgot to do it last week. It's been
what's-
eating up at
wait,
me.
Nah, here we go. What's this? It's 45. Real quick, we're gonna take it out. Who's 45? Go ahead. Give me a 45.
Pedro,
I already
Pedro was
said
45.
Pedro.
Jordan.
Jordan.
We're gonna go with Pedro because baseball season's on the rise. And MJ was 45 for what? 2 weeks?
You gotta go
Couple of
Jordan on 45.
No,
Nah,
no.
not
That wasn't
over
even
Pedro.
that wasn't vintage Jordan
Not
either.
over Pedro. The Yankees are my daddy.
Jordan on the Wizards.
You gotta go Pedro.
Didn't Cameron say in a diss you were Jordan on the Wizards or something
I
like
think
that?
he did.
I'm
The
gonna have to find
episode
that.
45 in the books. Pedro Martinez. You already know what it is. What P said.